Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Back from vacation, back from Ireland, back on the stream. Welcome. New livery, too. Look at this. This was created for us by our good buddy Zach, admin of the Virtuous Safe Flying Club. That's a beauty right there. Once it is fully complete, it will become a Virtuous Safe Flying Club livery. The only reason why it is not fully complete yet is he hasn't fully finished the interior, he told me, but the exterior is done, so we're going to rock it. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful livery right there. I mean, look at that, chat. That's the little Flying Club logo in the front there. Stars and stripes. That's beautiful. It's based on a real livery, and I suddenly don't remember the tail number. I'm sure I have the pictures with Zach. Hold on. Let me go to the conversation with Zach on Discord real quick. Show you guys. So it's based off of this one in real life. This is the real life airplane that he took the livery from. We replaced this little yellow stripe here and just put it with the silver to match with everything else, because I didn't really like that little yellow stripe. But otherwise, that's pretty much what it's based off of, and it came out phenomenally. I mean, absolutely just phenomenal how well it came out. So well done, Zach. Like I said, once he's finished with it completely, it will become a livery that is available to all the Virtuous Safe Flying Club members. However, for now, I get it with just the exterior, since he said he hasn't finished the interior. He's working on something with the interior, he told me. Not finished. So until the interior is finished, it's not going to be made public yet to the Flying Club. But the exterior is done, and it's a beauty. No doubt about it. So we'll, once he gets it all finished up, then we'll make it available to the entirety of the Flying Club. That is well done to Zach. Zach Bartig, admin of the Virtuous Safe Flying Club. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the best livery that I have on any airplane in any sim. Without a doubt. It's got to be the best one. It's not even a question. So that's awesome, and we're gonna bring this to Sun and Fun. So VAT USA, Miami ARTCC is doing their Sun and Fun event, Sun and Fun 2004. We've got the entire NOTAM loaded up. I've been reviewing it. I have a general idea of what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna try not to screw it up. We're going to watch an instructional video courtesy of the FAA, the actual Federal Aviation Administration, and we're going to start the stream this way. You can see all my tabs open. Good God. Why do I have so many tabs open, chat? All right, we're going to watch this instructional video to start the stream here, and then we will move forward from there. So let me pull this. Hold on, I need to go. We're going to get a little streamception real quick. I'm going to go back to my main screen. We're going to go full screen, and we're going to run this, and we're going to learn. Oh, we're going to run this, and we're going to learn.
At Sun and Fun, close to 2,000 military, experimental, warbird, and general aviation aircraft will all arrive within hours of each other. It is imperative that these procedures be followed for a safe arrival. There are two parts to this video: the arrival procedure and the holding instructions. Make sure you
I'm going early enough where I won't have to, hopefully I won't have to worry about the holding instructions, because I'm going to front end this pretty aggressively.
All VFR aircraft landing at Kilo Lima Alpha Lima during the Sun and Fun fly-in. Now, let's get to the fun part. Let's go to Sun and Fun. Refer to the NOTAM for arrival frequency and tune to arrival ATIS no later than 60 miles from Kilo Lima Alpha Lima, and note arrival runway in use. Then monitor Lake Parker arrival on 124.5.
Which I believe they're using that real frequency.
At 40 miles out, turn on your nav and landing lights. Make sure your transponder is on throughout the approach. The actual approach begins at Fantasy of Flight. Real-time changes to the starting point, Victor Papa Foxtrot Sierra Yankee, may be made on the Lake Parker approach frequency. Remember, throughout the approach, all aircraft must maintain 100 knots at 1,200 feet MSL. Aircraft unable to safely slow
We're going to be
the
doing
speed
the 150
should
at
maintain
1700 in the
150
M500
knots
chat.
at 1,700 feet MSL. Twins maintain an altitude
So
of
150 and 1700 is going to be our
2,200
altitude in the M500
MSL.
for the approach.
Proceed to Fantasy of Flight, located north of I-4 and east of Lake Agnes, from the north, northeast, east, or southeast.
I like how they use
From
Microsoft Flight
Fantasy of
Sim
Flight,
for like the real FAA
fly
video.
2.8 nautical miles southwestbound towards Suntrack's Racetrack Test Facility. Pass Suntrack's Racetrack Test Facility and continue towards the north shore of Lake Parker. If the middle of nowhere transition is in effect, you may be asked to begin the approach at the middle of nowhere, which is 8 nautical miles northwest of Fantasy of Flight, and begin the approach from there. If possible, follow an aircraft of similar type and speed. Remain at least 1/2 mile in trail behind the aircraft you are following. Do not overtake another aircraft.
So are you.
And do not S-turn to follow another
If
aircraft.
Connecticut wins, you
you
are
are too
going to be the
fast,
big winner, and I'm not
break
going to get
off the
anything. If
procedure
Purdue
and
wins,
proceed back
then
to
I
the
win
starting
everything.
point. As you arrive
It's
at
literally
Lake Parker,
between me and you for
ensure
whoever's
your
going to win. If
landing
UConn
lights
wins,
are
you win
on
$100.
and
If
your landing gear is down.
Purdue wins,
Fly westbound
then I win $100.
over the north shore of Lake Parker. The power plant smokestack with white strobe lights is located at the north side of Lake Parker. Fly between the main power plant building and the large smokestack, keeping the smokestack off your right wing. ATC will contact you in the vicinity of Lake Parker's north shore, using your aircraft color and type to provide sequencing and other arrival information. ATC may
Slant
ask
broke
you
it down
to
in the discussion
lock
chat.
your wings as an acknowledgement for instructions. Do not transmit unless requested by ATC or if you have an emergency. Remember, remain in trail to the airport, no side-by-side with other aircraft. From the north shore, depart the power plant flying westbound. You will see baseball fields to your south. Follow the road north of the baseball fields. Continue westbound approximately 1/2 nautical mile toward the intersection of Interstate I-4 and a 4-lane road. At the intersection of Interstate I-4 and the 4-lane road, turn southwest, following Interstate I-4 approximately 3 nautical miles. Turn southbound, keeping the golf course and Cake Tower to your east and the White Water Tower to your west.
I like how they had lag in their sim too while they're doing this instructional video. That is freaking hilarious. The FAA can't even get itself a good
Fly
computer.
southbound toward the large V-shaped building, the blue-roofed airport terminal building at
That's
Kilo
kinda hilarious.
Lima
Not gonna
Alpha
lie.
Lima is directly south of the large V-shaped building. Refer to the NOTAM for frequencies and monitor Lakeland
Steve
Tower
009,
north
thanks for coming
after
today.
making your turn southbound toward the Blue Roof Terminal. Make sure to listen to ATC instructions. At this point in the arrival procedure, you will know what runway you will be landing on. It will either be 10 left or 28 right.
Which is the taxiway.
Both runways are actually taxiway alpha, converted to runways for the Sun and Fun fly-in. So they will be thinner than normal runways. They will also have a green and orange dot about 1/3 of the way down the runway. These dots will be your landing markers. Be alert for numerous aircraft in the pattern and other air-ground operations. Overfly the large V-shaped building. Continue toward the blue-roofed airport terminal building. Prior to the airport terminal building, start planning your downwind turn to the left for runway 28 or to the right for runway 10. As you are planning your landing, keep this in mind. In the event of a go-around, do not deviate south of the runway. As you turn final, the displaced thresholds are indicated by banners on each side of the runways. On short final, you will be instructed by the tower controller to land on either the orange or the green dot. Remember, these are actual taxiways that have been converted to runways for Sun and Fun. Do not
This
land
is
on the main
Lakeland, yes,
wide
for Sun and
runway
Fun. We're
10
flying
right,
into the Sun and Fun
28
event on
left,
VATSIM tonight.
unless specifically instructed by ATC. Once you land, do not stop on the runway. High-speed taxi to the end of the runway or follow ATC instructions. Use caution when taxiing due to the high volume of aircraft, vehicles, and personnel. Refer
No,
to
this
the
is
NOTAM
specific for
the
Sun and Fun.
Sun and Fun ground advisory frequency and
This is
monitor
specific
ground.
for this event, and this
Now,
is the real-world
that's
video from the
landing
FAA.
Sun and Fun.
They used Microsoft
We
Flight Sim
have
for the
one
real-world
more thing
video,
to go over: the VFR holding procedure.
which again will hopefully avoid this because we're going to go on the front end of this event
If
here.
a VFR hold is necessary, ATC will instruct aircraft over the North Shore power plant of Lake Parker to turn right and proceed northbound to I-4. Then follow I-4 northeast back to the starting point at Fantasy of Flight and start the
I'm
Lake
gonna take care of
Parker
that all tomorrow.
VFR arrival procedure again. When holding, maintain 1,200
Similar, yes.
feet MSL,
Not as many dots.
100 knots or less, 1,700
So again, we're going to be doing the 1700 to 150 knots for the M500 chat.
feet MSL, 150 knots, or 2,200 feet MSL for twin-engine aircraft regardless of airspeed. If you are following an aircraft, continue single file back
I can't
to the
believe they
starting
use
point.
Microsoft Flight Sim for this.
ATC will discontinue new aircraft into the hold when the hold becomes saturated. If you have not already joined the hold at this time, find a spot north of the arrival area to hold using left-hand turns over the ground until ATC advises you to begin the procedure. Use caution for other aircraft. When Lakeland Airport resumes arrivals, aircraft will be directed to continue the procedure when over the North Shore power plant. ATC may instruct to hold counterclockwise left-hand turns around Lake Parker. Review this video and chairfly this approach procedure as well as the VFR holding procedure. Becoming familiar with all aspects of this procedure will guarantee a safe arrival and a great time at Sun and Fun.
Again, I think it's pretty freaking hilarious that the actual FAA, that was the actual Federal Aviation Administration YouTube channel, used Microsoft Flight Sim to make that instructional video for Sun and Fun, which again, we're doing this. This is the Sun and Fun event that VATSIM is doing. It is Miami ARTCC that's running it from 6 to 9. So we're going to front end. It's about 5:30. It's going to take us about 45 minutes to get there. So by the time we get started up going, we're going to be in the good. So here is the procedure. Again, we might be asked to start at No Man's Land, but otherwise it's going to be Fantasy of Flight down here to the racetracks. It's got these little actual waypoints, and I'll show you in a second that I've already got them loaded into the airplane. We've got the Parker Lake. You join on this little road that'll eventually get you to I-4, and then you just got to split the golf course and the Cake Tower to the V-shaped building, and then either do the left or the right. Downwind to the taxiway, which is going to be called 10 left or 28 right. With the weather right now, it looks like it's going to be 10 left, chat. 08006, so expecting 10 left. So that'll be a left downwind, left base, and a left turn to final. And we're just going to have to wait and see which dot they give us. Again, our aircraft, we're going to be maintaining 150 knots at 1700 feet
Eric
MSL.
Flight just subscribed.
Thank you, Eric Flight, for the subscription. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we got to look at the frequencies here real quick. So the arrival frequency is 24.5. So that's going to be, I'm going to actually make a note of this on a note card here, chat. So we got 124.5 for arrival. It's 135.225 for the tower. And the 121.4 for ground. and 118.025 for the ATIS. So that we're going to make note of all those frequencies, chat, because we are going to use them as appropriate. I downloaded the scenery, so we're good. And then this is the flight I'm doing. I'm going to be going from Cross City in the M500. We're going to fly all the way down pretty much directly to no man's land here, and we'll start the approach and wait for the instructions. And then when we come back to the airplane, there we go. You guys will see, and when the airplane turns on, it should show, but I put it into SimBrief and loaded it up so you could see. If we zoom in on this, the airplane's pretty much programmed to do it on the autopilot, so a little bit of cheatsy doodle. Now, obviously, we're going to have to take the autopilot off whenever they want us to rock our wings, so it's going to be hand-flown, but I'll have a little bit of navigational guidance to hand-fly it with, which will help to make sure that I don't screw it up. Thank you for the 33 months, Eric Flight. I appreciate it. So that's the plan. Let's make it happen, chat. No passengers, just me, some cargo, bunch of cinnamon buns to bring to the event, and some fuel. So let's go ahead and run the checklist. I'm going to run the checklist off screen, but I will say what I'm doing out loud. I might not be exactly showing you because some of the stuff might already be done. Passengers are boarded. It's just me. Doors closed and latched. All electrical switches are off. Cabin climate control is off. Circuit breakers are all pushed in. ECS cabin comfort is off. Parking brake is on. Bleed air. Pull off. It is closed. Correct. Power is idle. Condition lever. Cut off feather. Emergency switch. On. Check PFD. Good. Off. It wants us to turn the nav light on. Then turn the battery on. Flaps are already retracted. Fuel gauges should be balanced. AOT fuel oil temps are checked. Fire detection and annunciator test. Complete. CAS, consider any illuminated. They are considered. Starting the engine. Battery voltage 24 to 26. We've got 25.4. It's plenty. Fuel pumps, manual. Should show the fuel pumps on. Igniters, manual. Manual. Prop area, clear. Clear prop. Start it up. Alright, push the start button. We want to wait for this to level out here. Minimum 13%. Let it stabilize. And then we'll introduce the condition lever now. Starter should cut off at 56%. Sure did. NG should be stable above 63. Sure is. Generator switch on. Alternator switch on. Fuel pumps to auto. Ignition's off. Oil pressure minimum 60. We got 113. Alright, before taxi, avionics switch on. MFD. Enter. CAS messages. Noted. Autopilot. We'll check the pre-flight. It's on. It's off. It tells us so. Pitos. Heat. On. Off. We get the chime. Taxi recognition light. On. Cabin control as required. It's a little hot in here, so we'll go ahead and turn the air conditioner on low. Set it to my usual preset. That works out pretty good every time. Right there. Radios and avionics were good. We're going to start on the CTAF frequency for Cross City because it is an uncontrolled field. So the CTAF frequency for Cross City is 22.8. Oh, that figures. There's no fun in that. Oh, I got to connect to VATSIM and probably file a flight plan. I should probably do that too. Oh, and there's an update for VPilot, so let's do that real quick. So we'll hold the checklist right here. while I do this. Probably should have done that before the stream started, chat, but all is well that ends well. Anyways, I can now go to 122.8, like I had planned. I got to file a VFR flight plan, so let me do that off screen here real quick. Another thing I probably should have done before I started the stream. This is why I do not consider myself a professional streamer, chat. KCTY, we're going to KLAL, we're going to be off the blocks. It's going to be, what is this, 2150? We're going to go at 5,500 feet for a cruise. We're going to do a speed of about $1.80. No alternate. Time en route's going to be about an hour. Fuel, we've got about 2.5 hours worth of fuel at least. No route because we're VFR. We're going to clear this. Remarks. So I'm not going to put my normal remarks because I need specific remarks. They want you to put specific things. They want you to show sun and fun, flying with, without real weather, and the colors of the thing. So I'm using real weather, so let me put that in there. Sun and fun with real weather. Silver, blue, red, color. Alright, silver, blue, red are the colors. And then I'll put my Virtual USA Flying Club in there, just so people know where I'm from. File flight plan. What did I forget? I forgot something. Route. VFR. File flight plan. Okay. Very good. Alright. Good fixins. Thanks for coming in today. I appreciate you stopping by. I will indeed do my best to enjoy the event. Why do you keep popping up? You're on the wrong screen. Go over to my other screen. Alright, so that is done. We've got a flight plan filed. So again, since I put this in here, chat, with the points, we should see right at the very end all the points are in there. So we'll have a little bit of nav to help us. But at the end of the day, I do plan to hand fly the approach just with a little bit of guidance on the navigation. So I don't know if that makes anybody feel better or not, but that's the plan. We should probably take all that stuff off too, like the covers and everything, the chocks and all that. Alright, so we're started up. She's ready. We'll continue with the checklist here. Elevator trim is in the takeoff range. It sure is. The rudder trim we need set to takeoff range. We need to go about 2 to 3 to the right. I usually do about 2.5. Seems to work pretty well. Bleed air, push in. ECS normal. We don't have to worry about setting the destination elevation. That's still something they haven't figured out yet. Stall warning test.
Stall, stall, stall.
The altimeters are set. We're not going to reach park brake yet. We're going to go right into the run-up. So I got to set the power lever to 1900 RPM. We're going to call that close enough. We'll do the governor test. So we will press. Good. We'll do the reverse lockout. So I hit my reverse button. Beta doesn't work. And now the beta works. Okay, very good. Alright, so that's the run-up. Generator switch off. The alternator should take the load. It sure does. Generator switch back on. That's a run-up check. Now we can taxi. How about that? Let's get moving. I think we'll be there with plenty of time for the event to start now. So let's go ahead and set our 5,500 feet for our cruise altitude VFR here. And I'm just going to have the airplane fly direct to that first point, which is no man's land. So I will go nav, vertical speed. And actually, I should probably start with a heading. Start with heading. I'll go to nav once I can get up in the air and get things sorted out. Cross City, the weather is showing wind 050 at 4. So pretty calm. There is a runway 4. So we'll probably taxi out to runway 4. And we'll make a right crosswind departure going to the south. So that's going to be the plan. Kenny Monster, thanks for coming in today. So I didn't actually, so we ended up, I ended up backing out of renting the car, Kenny Monster. We ended up just doing one of the bus tours out to the cliffs. So I'll explain all that while I'm in cruise. I'll talk about my trip to Ireland when I get moving here, which is right now. We're going to remove the parking brake. We're going to taxi out. I don't think there's anybody else on the ground here at Cross City. I'd be pretty surprised. I don't see anyone. So let's, am I not connected to the network? What is going on? Thought I was, but I guess I wasn't. So let me get connected to the network now and verify. Chat. Yeah, right now there's no ATC, which is fine. But like I said, there will be ATC by the time we get down to Lakeland, just in time to start the conga line there. Okay, there we go. Alright, good. We're good. VATSIM is showing me filed up, ready to go. Fantastic. Alright, let's begin. Cross City traffic, Marine 124 Mike Charlie's taxiing and runway 4, Cross City. So this scenery, I don't know if it's true to life, but I believe runway 4 starts over here. I don't know if that's the real... Why am I taxiing on the grass? I think because my joystick was still connected. I always forget to do that, so now we're good. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Alright. So I can get everything set up here now. Before takeoff, seats, armrest, belts are on, generator alternator switch are on, bleed lever is in, ECS cabin comfort is normal. Fuel temperatures are good, fuel pump switch, we'll go manual in the ignition, pitot heat on, landing light strobes on, taxi air conditioning light as required. We don't need them at this point. Flight instruments are good. CAS PFD is good. Engine instruments looking good. Everything else is set. We'll do the flight control check. Alright, and I think we're good to go here. Stat, what do we say? Cross City traffic, Marine 124 Mike Charlie departing off of runway 4, right crosswind departure to the south. Cross City. We'll make sure we taxi correctly onto the runway first here by crossing the other one. And we're on our way. Airspeed is alive. 70 knots. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Autopilot, yaw damper on. Get us a heading going in the correct direction here for the crosswind. That's the altitude. I'm an idiot. Get us in a heading going in the correct direction for the crosswind departure, chat. What? Alright, I will take care of it. I have the ability to do so. I just started the stream with flight, so. Alright, let's go direct to that first fix. Navigation is on. We'll go ahead and do flight level change at 140 knots up to our 5,500 feet. We're on our way to sun and fun. may end up being the first people there, but that's okay. I actually don't mind being on the front end chat because I don't really want it to be a cluster. I want to get in, and then I'll watch the rest of the fun and activities from the YouTube channel. Oh no, that's the video. Where is the? There's someone I believe is streaming the arrivals. Maybe not. I thought there was. I'm sure there will be. I'll have to try and find it. But either way, we're on the move. Alright, this is climbing like a bat out of hell, so let's go ahead and reduce this down. We'll let ourselves pick up some airspeed here. Get a good look outside at this beautiful, beautiful livery courtesy of Zach, admin of the Virtually Safe Flying Club. That is just incredible. It's got to be the best livery I have on any airplane in any sim. It's got to be. I mean, that's just fantastic. We're reduced to 1,000 feet a minute for the last little bit here. And we are well on our way. So although this is a VAT USA event, it also is a Virtually Safe Flying Club event. We were specifically invited by the Miami ARTCC to join them for the Sun and Fun event that's going from 6 to 9 Eastern tonight. So with the specific invitation, we decided to make it an official Flying Club event. So hopefully there will be a good chunk of Flying Club members participating in the event tonight. We are getting close to our altitude of 5,500. And we are heading on course on our way to Lakeland for the event today. And again, they should be all signing on in about 10 minutes. We should be getting into the area of control for this in about 20 minutes. So the timing should be almost perfect, in theory. Let's see if it holds true. Let's reduce our speed here. We're leveling off 5,500. Again, once we get to the actual approach part, we'll need to be at 1,700 feet, and we need to reduce our speed to 150 knots. That's going to be the key to following the procedure on the way in. And again, I'm going to keep this nice and handy so that I make sure I don't screw up the procedure on the way in. And we're expecting the left downwind for runway 10 left, which is going to be the taxiway that's converted into a runway, since the wind is favoring that direction. We're off. We're on our way. We're cruising. We're looking good. Should probably run some checklists here. Auto, auto. We don't need the landing lights anymore, at least not yet. We'll worry about that when we get closer. Everything else looks like it is good. Clear board. This livery is nice, but have you seen the F-18 livery called the Patriot from Irish Fatty? I have not. If you have a link, please share it. But I'm talking about liveries that I just have in the sim myself. This has got to be the nicest one. Thank you, Zach, again, for making this for me. It's amazing. Even got the little Flying Club with the alternate logo on there. Beautiful. Again, this is from, there was real-world inspiration on this one. So this was the real airplane that this inspiration came from, that he picked out. So that's where that came from. But it's made it into his own, and it is beautiful. I mean, how could you not love that? It's incredible. Should probably adjust our rudder trim now that we're done with the takeoff. See, we need a little bit of left rudder to get this thing all squared away. A little bit more. You want this bottom thing to be perfectly in line with that triangle right there, and now it is. So now we are rudder trimmed correctly. This way the airplane's not flying crooked, chat. Oh, even that little bit of accent right there on the wing view. Oh, it's fantastic. That's phenomenal. Doesn't get much better than that. Alright, so we are well on our way. I have rigged VATSPY to show me everyone that is inbound to Lakeland, and I am probably going to be a little bit faster this 172. So I can almost guarantee, chat, that I'm going to be first in line, except for maybe a couple of these guys that are departing a little bit closer. But again, that's okay with me, because I don't like being in the whole cluster. I like just getting in, and, you know, I'll go sip on my drink while I watch everyone else come in and screw it up. How about that? It's a messed up way of looking at it, but hopefully the ATC is on time. They're supposed to sign on in 7 minutes, and I have it timed perfectly where if they sign on at the appropriate time, I should be good to go. Now, if they don't sign on time, I'm going to have to do the procedure all by myself, and that's going to be a little bit disappointing. I would definitely prefer to have the appropriate procedure with the ATC and all that. So I'm hoping that they will indeed sign on in time for me to have that participation. I have my note card here with all my frequencies that I need. 24.5 is the first one, actually, so let me go ahead and put that in the standby here. 24.5. Get that ready to go. Very good. Again, if you are a Virtue USA Flying Club member and you are able to participate in the event tonight, make sure you read that mandatory NOTAM for the event and join us. If you're not a member of the Virtue USA Flying Club, but you are a VATSIM member, take a look at that link I just pulled up. That's the Discord link to the Virtue USA Flying Club. It is a general aviation flying club on the VATSIM network. We do about 4 to 6 events like this, although this is a VAT USA event, but we're joining them. It's an official event for us. Do 4 to 6 general aviation events every month. So if you like GA flying and you're a VATSIM member, you should get involved. Get in the flying club. We always are looking for more people to join us for our events. And there's just a lot of really nice and great people involved with the flying club. Yes, you do, Steve. Go ahead and click that Discord link and join. Do it now. Join us. Come have a good time with us. It really is... It's amazing how many friends I've made through the flying club. I never thought it would be as good as it turned into be when I first made it. It is truly remarkable. Why am I so hot? I'm low, fan is on, the conditioner's on. I guess we need to go hotter then. I guess let's go high. We're on normal. Bleeds in, so I guess we're just hot here. So let's turn the temperature down, get it colder. Fan is off. Why is the fan off? Oh, the fan was never on. I'm an idiot. All right, now hopefully it'll start cooling down in here because I'd be sweating balls at 32.8 degrees Celsius. What livery am I rocking? Rouse House, this is a custom livery that was made for me by Zach Bartig of the Flying Club. It will eventually become a Virtual USA Flying Club livery that will be posted publicly in the liveries channel when it is finished. He has not finished the interior. My understanding is that he wants to do some interior stuff to it, so it's not a finished product, so I'm not going to put it out for public consumption yet. He did give it to me in this condition with the exterior done, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm using it. Again, it's not going to go public until he finishes it completely with the interior stuff that he wants to do, but the exterior is phenomenal. And it will eventually become a Virtua USA Flying Club livery available to Flying Club members in the Discord. But for now, it's mine. And it is beautiful. Like I was saying before you got here, this is absolutely the best livery that I have on any plane in any sim on Flight Sim, by far. Did you see, Steve, you need to give me a link, my friend. I'm sorry. If you could send me a link to that livery that you're referring to, that'd be great. So I can pull it up and take a look at it. So ATC should hopefully be signing on here momentarily. The event technically starts at 3 minutes. We're not going to be at the No Man's Land fix for another 20 minutes. So they've got time to get all connected before we're ready to go here. So this should work out well, chat. Like I said, I'm going to be one of the first people in, which is fine with me. I actually prefer to stay out of the riffraff typically. So this will make it a little bit easier on me to kind of be on the front end here and let everyone else kind of duke it out in the middle of the pack while I watch the action happen. Get a nice front row seat too. That's the beauty of it. Be the first one in, you get to pick your spot. Steve, join the flying club. Click that Discord link. Get involved. Oh, that is a nice livery. It's very nice. Oh, look at that with the writing. That's a lot of detail right there with the writing on the tail. Oh, man. It's beautiful. Alright, you're right. That is very nice. I like that. Yeah, it really is. NAM106, thanks for coming today. This is a beautiful livery, though, that Zach made for the M500 for me. And like I said, once it's done, it will become a Virtuous A Flying Club livery. That's, again, best livery that I own by far now in any sim. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I can repeat that 100 times over. Alright, ATC hopefully will start signing on here soon because I would like them to be on. They said they would start at 6 Eastern. It's now 6 Eastern exactly on the dot. So hopefully they start signing on in so that I can get my ATCs. I really don't want to do this without ATC. That would be kind of brutal. I have a feeling, I'm hoping I timed this right. I've got 17 minutes until I'm in No Man's Land. So I'm hoping that I got this right. What I'm going to do is just preemptively going to turn my landing lights and my taxi lights up.
Airspeed, airspeed. Airspeed, 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 airspeed.
On, since they're required to be on. I also have my lab and strobe lights on. So I'm going to be nice and flashy going in there. We picked up a lot of speed. Alright, airplane. Relax.
Airspeed, airspeed,
Relax.
airspeed, 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 airspeed.
This thing does not need a lot of power at low altitudes, chat. Hold on, I'll be right back. This thing does not need a lot of power at all. Once we get there, we got to remember we got to reduce our speed to 150 knots and be at 1,700 feet MSL. Must be a little bit of shifting wind because it's kind of going up and down in speed here. Also, the sim starting to bring in a little bit of haze. Struggling a little bit. Out of nowhere. Okay, we'll have the nav going because I've got all the fixes in. We're going to cheatsy doodle a little bit with that. And still planning on hand flying it though once we get there. I'll have a little bit of flight director help though, to kind of guide me along to make sure I don't muck it up. Where is the ATC? They're killing me. They got the ATIS is up. So they must slowly but surely be coming online. So we got a Lakeland ATIS is alpha. Alright, so we have ATIS alpha. Again, it's going to be runway 10 left. Remember, taxiway alpha is what gets converted into 10 left for this event. So I'll show you guys on the actual taxiway diagram what I'm talking about here. So during the event, this taxiway Alpha, is actually considered a runway. It is considered 10 left to a right, and this is considered 10 right to a left, the actual runway. They have the G airplanes land on the taxiway. So we're going to be landing on taxiway Alpha, which is going to be 10 left, and they're either going to tell us to land on their green dot or the orange dot. There's the two dots that we need to be looking for, either the green or the orange. Whichever one they tell us to land on, that's going to be our target point. That's where we're going to go for. And I have the scenery installed that has the green and orange dots. So we should be good to go with that. Are you able to plug in Fantasy of Flight? You should be able to, yeah. They all worked on my thing here. All the fixes worked, so I imagine on the G1000 it should work, if you need that bit of reference. Alright, so they got the frequencies slowly starting to trickle in here, it looks like. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Tampa on 1815 and get some flight following. What do you say, chat? Oh, and I got rid of my 24.5 that I had set up for the next frequency. Whoops.
Tampa approach, November 809901 at Brookville, Tampa Bay Regional, looking for VFR to the south, and good flight following.
Alright, 09991, Tampa approach, clearance on request, standby, number 1.
Tampa approach, good evening, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie.
Who is that calling?
It's Meridian 124 Mike Charlie.
Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, Tampa approach, go.
Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, about 7 miles to the north of Inverness, 5,500, Piper Meridian, flight following to Lakeland.
Air 124 Mike Charlie, unable flight following to Lakeland. I can give you a VFR to Lakeland, negative flight following.
Alright, then we'll just stay on VFR on our own, and we'll pick up the Lakeland frequency when we get there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, so he's not playing that game. That's fine with me. We'll wait till we get on the frequency 24.5. They got all the frequencies up, chat, so we're good to go. So after 24.5, it'll be 135.22 for the tower. So we'll get that ready to go. And then, like I said, we'll just keep flying to no man's land, and we'll listen as needed to the correct frequency. Looks like we're still leading the pack here. If we look at the arrivals list on VATSIM here, chat, looks like we're still going to be number 1, which is good. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid the craziness. I'm going to stick more with the watching of everyone come in versus the nastiness of everyone coming in. Get rid of the detail on the map here, too. So we have good navigational aids. And I'm sure, and I'm probably going to have you guys raid a streamer that's going to be more in the middle of things.
This is BA58 and Beechcraft Bear in 58. I heard there's an event today right here. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It's called Sun and Fun. Everything works different than a regular night, so I suggest you read up on the NOTAM. It's available on the VATSIM page and all the places where the events go.
Roger that. Where do I read about it?
My VATSIM, VATUSA, whatever you can find information about it. It's a very different event than
Okay, roger that.
That's a little bit of a VATSIM start there, huh, chat? And a little bumpy up here. Kind of getting a little bit of turbulence. 5,500 feet. Oh, I didn't even notice that these got the little VATSIM flying clip on the bottom. I didn't even notice that before. Oh man, look at that. Didn't even see that before. Got it right around the little GPS thing. That's awesome. Just found that. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of detail. You put a lot of detail, a lot of work into this livery.
Okay, Delta 1176, I'm gonna have to hop off because I don't really know how to do this stuff, so I'm gonna have to learn. I'll see y'all soon.
Alright, we should probably start our descent here, chat. Let's go down to the 1,700 feet. And start getting set up for the procedure once we get to no man's land, which we're about 15-ish miles out. We'll go down to 1,700 feet MSL. Get ready for some interesting action here. Details indeed. Yeah, that's awesome. This whole livery is phenomenal. I mean, it's just great. I'm looking forward to seeing when the interior is all done, what it's going to come out to be, because It's just awesome. "15 miles from no man's land." Get ready to do this approach here into Sun and Fun. We'll get ready to rock our wings when they tell us. So again, I've got VATSIM bug to show all of the arrivals into Lakeland and green. There's me. I should be first in line here, it looks like. Just a couple other people have fallen in behind. We're monitoring the correct frequency, 124.5. We do not have to talk to them. They are going to talk to us and give us the instructions that we need. Again, once we get to no man's land, 150 knots at 1,700 feet is what we need to maintain. I will be doing flaps 1 to help me maintain the 150 knots, because I'll be below the 168. I can also put the gear down below 168, which we'll worry about that once we get over the lake, I believe is when it said to put the gear down. Leveling off. Let's reduce our speed to about $150. Speed's below 168, flaps 1. Sure we got the altimeter set correctly here. 3005, that looks good. Alright, autopilot's off, chat. We're doing this by hand the rest of the way. The nav will help guide me to these points, so I'm going to follow my flight director, but also listen for the instructions of the controller to help guide me. We also have the pilot ready in case I need to ident. Newbie FN, thank you for the follow. Thanks for coming in today. About to start the procedure into Lakeland for Sun and Fun.
Check gear. Check gear.
Alright, we are officially on the procedure. We'll listen to see if there is any ATC instructions. Yeah, we're at 1,700 feet, 150 knots. Flight director is going to help me as I do have the nav up with the points that are required. But as you can see, I am going to hand fly it in. And they tell me to rock the wings, I'll rock the wings. A little bumpy, chat. Doing a lot of work already on the yoke, more than I thought I would. A little bumpy. What is going on? Newbie FN, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you. Focus up here on this procedure. We are doing the approach into Lakeland for Sun and Fun, the official approach, the NOTAMed approach. It is bumpy. Already doing way more on the yoke, like I said, than I thought I would. Whew. It'll be fun. Sim lag is not going to help me at all. Come on, Sim. Coming up over Fantasy of Flight. Trying to guess my landing rate. That's going to be the prediction. But you guys can start putting the landing rate predictions in the chat if you'd like. Positive or negative number, doesn't matter. It means the same thing to me. Do not need the exclamation point predict command that Kenny Monster is going to do anyway because he's Kenny Monster. No instructions yet, but we are on the correct frequency, 24.5. We're doing the procedure. We'll wait and see if we get a call. I don't remember there being anything about an initial call. Oh, they're going to call me over vicinity of the power plant. That's right.
Check
So
here.
probably right about here soon. Actually, I think up straight ahead up here where that smokestack is, I think that's where you get the first call, chat. So I'm doing the procedure correctly. I should hopefully get the first call up there. Again, we don't need to contact ATC at all. They are going to call us. And since we're first in line, we shouldn't have to worry about any of the breakout or holding procedures. We should be pretty much good to go into Lakeland. Numero uno. Twitch culture, something like that. Yeah, go ahead, positive, negative number, whatever. This is VFR. I'm hand flying. I have GPS points to help guide me with the flight director, but this is VFR. Alright, so after this, I no longer have any more guidance from the GPS. I gotta go west until I find that little road next to the baseball field and then join I-4 going to the southwest. So the baseball fields are right there, so let me go ahead and make my turn slightly a little bit here to the right. And I see exactly where I need to go. So now the flight director...
Silver, blue, and red, rocky wings. Do you copy me?
Copy.
Silver, blue, and red. Good rock. Join I-4, left downwind, 10 left.
I-4 left down. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't need to respond to that chat. I almost got bought in. Almost bought into that one, chat. Alright, so we're coming up on I-4 right here. We're going to follow that until we get past the golf course and Cake Tower. Then we'll fly to the V-shaped building and join our left downwind for 10 left. Yes, when he says to rock their wings, that's the response. I rocked my wings. I think he wanted me to copy just because I'm his first aircraft, I believe, so I think he just wanted a little bit of a radio check there. Yeah, he's only respond if they ask you to respond or if you have an emergency. Otherwise, you are to just listen to the instructions and comply with the instructions. I'm losing my altitude here. I need to be at 1,700 feet.
Silver and blue, red, monitor tower, 3522.
Copy. Accidentally turned my autopilot on again like an idiot. So we're monitoring the tower, 3522. The ground is 121.4. Alright, so we gotta go and start our turn here. There's the V-shaped building. Whoop.
Just a mile to the north. Go ahead and start your descent. We're landing to the east runway 10 left.
Check
You take
gear.
the green. Start your descent and downwind turn.
Check gear.
William Piper, you can go ahead and start that base turn at your discretion. You'll be landing on the orange dot all the way down to the orange dot. The orange dot, you're clear to land.
Alright, base our discretion, orange dot, clear to land, gear down, flaps full. Orange dot on the runway 10 left, chat. And taxiway, not runway. So let me get this banked overhead here. Orange dot all the way down, I believe. Green dot is first, yep, so orange dot second. And we're clear to land. Last call on landing rate guesses. A little sloppy on the procedure there. Missed the V building by a little bit, so a little sloppy on the procedure there at the back end. But we're lined up, we're good. That's why it's good that we're coming in number 1, chat. Allows me to make the mistake without it being so crazy where I'm screwing anyone else up. And we're clear to land on the orange dot. Now it's spot landing competition, chat. Let's see how close I can get to landing on the orange dot here. Pretty good.
William Silver Piper, good landing all the way down to the end. Keep it rolling. You can exit to the south, cross the main runway, and you can monitor sun and fun ground off point 4. Welcome to the ship.
Thanks for having me. That was pretty good, chat. Pretty sure I landed like right on the orange dot. Let's go get a nice spot, chat. Alright, park and brake set. Let's shut this thing down.
Iowa Scotsman just subscribed.
Thanks for coming in today, Iowa Scotsman. Appreciate the subscription. 3 months. Very kind of you. Alright, we made it. That was fun. Alright, we were the first one in, got the instructions, did it all properly, at least pretty close to properly. So I'm going to show you guys now where we kind of messed it up just a tiny bit, teeny tiny bit. I'm also going to tune up to 124.5 again. Thanks for coming in today. .5, and we're going to listen to that frequency for just a moment. in case there's anyone else coming in that's, we definitely beat the rush. So look, I've got this pegged here, chat. Look at this. We got a little bit of a rush coming in right now that I was able to beat in. There's a bunch of guys in line. So we'll, like I said, we'll keep it tuned in for a little bit. Let me see if I can get the GPU connected here. So that way we can keep the battery running. Yeah, so I get the GPU running, that way we keep the airplane on while we listen. So I guess I can keep the avionics on then. That'd probably help to listen. We'll listen to some other people coming in. See if I can get COM2 to be stacked as well. So COM2, put COM2 tower on COM2, which is 3522.5. I put that on COM1 by accident, so let's put 24.5 on COM2. Oh, COM2, Mike, 135.225. There we go. Okay. Now we're monitoring both so that we can go and watch a little bit of the show before I hand you guys off to someone else that's going to be coming in. By the way, again, just one more time, I want to look at this livery. It is phenomenal. Great work done by our Virtuosafe Flying Club admin, Zach Bartig. He did a great job with this livery. Hands down the best livery that I own in any plane on any sim. Let me look at the landing rate, by the way. Actually, I should probably give you guys that satisfaction of knowing who was the closest. So my landing rate was good. Minus 104.98 Gs. Pretty good. Landed right on the dot like I was supposed to. So, yeah. I would say I did a pretty solid job there, right, chat? Did exactly what I was supposed to do. The only thing I messed up a little bit is I made this turn a little bit late. I was supposed to be, I think, like a little bit over here. Like a little bit more to the east of where I was. But I still was able to do the downwind over the road and the base and the final and all that. So all's well that ends well. I don't think they're going to be too bad. But who was the closest to that landing rate? That was 104. See, 85, 192, 173, 115. 115 is definitely the closest from what I saw. So nice guess, Steve. Only 11 feet off. Not bad at all. Alright, so we've got both of those frequencies monitored, like I said. I'm going to go ahead and get the drone cam going. We're going to watch and see if we got anybody else that's going to be coming inbound. Like I said, I think I did a pretty good job landing on my orange dot like I was supposed to. Let's wait for some...
Alright, white and green Piper, Rocky Wings. Good rock, sir. Join I-4 westbound.
Okay. Nope. Yeah, I think I did pretty solid. I think I landed right on the orange dot like I was supposed to. Tower said good landing, so. Yeah. That's it. This is going to be my view, chat. This is going to be my view while I watch some other people come in, and hopefully they'll do a good job like I did, so that way the controllers can be all nice and happy. Yeah. So let's go ahead, and I believe we have another Virtuosafe Flying Club member streaming, and he's going to be coming in and doing the exact same thing I just did, pretty much. So his name is Michael. He goes by November 8033 Fox on Twitch. So let me go ahead and get that set up for you guys to go enjoy him. Also, fly in to Lakeland for Sun and Fun. I believe he is going to be in a 172. So yeah, let me go ahead and get that started. Guys, I'm back from vacation. Oh, you know what, Kenny Monster, I didn't give you the explanation of why, what happened with the trip and why we didn't rent the car. We dealt with a lot of jet lag, and I had a hard time sleeping, and I was exhausted to the point where I was like, I'm not going to drive a car because I'm too tired. I just had a hard time sleeping the whole trip, so decided to not cancel the rental car, and instead we did like one of those...
Tower 24-5 today. Correction, 3522.
Did one of those all-day tours that they have, like the bus tours that take you all out and back.
Trail, no over-unders, no side-by-sides. If you're slow, 1200 and 100 knots. If you're fast, 1,700 and 150 knots. You join one of the transitions and make your way following the road this way.
So we did one of those all-day bus tours by...
You can join over fancy a flight or over the racetrack and make your way following the NOTAMs towards the power plant.
Doing one of those paddy wagon tours where they take, it's like a 12-hour tour. You get there at 8 a.m. They drive you. They make like a quick rest stop. We did one of the castles, not too far from like Limerick. Then they take you out to the cliffs. Then they take you to lunch in Lincecur. Then we went up and saw like the mini cliffs, is what they call it. A nice view. We took the Wild Atlantic Way up towards Galway, and then went kind of westbound back towards home base after we saw some of the other pretty points along the way there. So it was cool. It was definitely worth it. Probably a little bit better than me trying to drive on like 2 hours of sleep because I just couldn't sleep on the whole trip. I was exhausted. But it was very cool, and the Cliffs of Moher were something special.
An orange white diamond with a pulsating light, rocky wings.
We are now going to do the raid that I was talking about,
Good
November
rock
8033 Fox.
Plan 10 left.
He is in his home-built Cessna 172 cockpit. He is also going to be doing this flight into Lakeland for Sun and Fun. Thanks for coming in today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Join the Flying Club if you're not already in the Flying Club, please. We want more members. If you're a VATSIM member and you love GA, get involved. Join the Flying Club. Talk to Michael on the other side. Have a good night.
Yep, new sim smells for sure.
Green White Cherokee from the north, welcome to Sun Up.